What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Connie. I've got my Tim Hortons coffee here ready to talk about some sports. It's been an extremely good week. We're up 8 units, 12-4 on the week, a 3-0 day yesterday. So last week was, I think, the first losing week I had in a while. It just goes to show, I think last Sunday I was down like 6 units in one day. And then how quickly all that can turn around, and that is why I preach bankroll management. That's why I preach betting units, and I know parlays are fun and scratch tickets are fun, but they are just that. And if you want to bet each and every day, you've got to do it, a little bit smart, and of course have some fun on a day like today, like on a Sunday. Before we get to today's bets, just want to remind you, get in the Discord. It's linked in the description below. Discord gives you usually early access to my picks. I've been doing the picks more in the morning because the lines. Usually I would try to do it the night before, but the way the lines are moving, it's too hard to do that, especially in baseball. You're getting to that time of year where you don't really know who's starting, who's playing. You're getting close to the playoff race where teams are in, teams are out. It makes it difficult, but I do post a video first thing in there as well and share the rest of my picks there throughout the day. And also, if you don't mind, like I said, we're up over 60 units now on the year. So if you like that or you know a friend that might like that, recommend they subscribe to the channel. I do this 6 days a week. Try to do it 6 days a week, and it's always free, so a subscription would be nice. Let's talk about week 3 in the NFL. We've got 3 bets today, and we're starting with the Buffalo Bills. And yes, they are my favorite team, so you can take that into account, but I think this number here of -5.5 just doesn't make a lot of sense against the Washington Commanders. The Commanders played extremely well last week, beat the Denver Broncos. They were losing badly in the first half before they stormed back. So look, Washington's 2-0, Buffalo's 1-1, right? We know that Buffalo lost in week 1 to the Jets. It was the Monday night game where they lose Aaron Rodgers. They go out and they beat the Bills 22-16. And then last week you had the Raiders jump out early to a 7-0 lead, and you're in Buffalo. You're thinking, what is going on? Since that 7-0 lead from the Raiders, the Bills went ahead and outscored them 38-3, demolished them. Absolutely demolished them. That game was at home. They're back on the road here in Washington, who again I mentioned is 2-0. But week 1 was a 4-point win against Arizona, who was terrible. And then last week it was a 35-30 win at Denver. But again, you even had the Hail Mary at the end where Russell Wilson completes the Hail Mary. It's a touchdown. Denver misses a 2-point conversion. That could have gone to overtime. That could have been a Denver win. And like I said, they were out to a very early lead as well. Washington stormed back. I think that had to do more with how bad Denver's been versus how good the Commanders are. And I think sort of the buck stops here. I think the Bills are going to start rolling in a little bit. They see this opportunity with Cincinnati being 0-2. It was supposed to be between them and the Chiefs and the Bills, the top 3 teams of the AFC. There's an opportunity here. And look, the AFC East is not easy. Miami is good. The Jets were supposed to be good. It remains to be seen what's going to happen there. And then the Patriots, a lot of people think the Patriots are better than expected as well. So it's not going to be easy for the Buffalo Bills. I think they need to start rolling. I think they do that here. And you're getting this for less than a touchdown, less than 2 field goals. 5.5, love that number. Give me the Bills, -5.5 for -110 at BetMGM. The other bet in the NFL, we go to Green Bay. You've got the Green Bay Packers home opener at Lambeau Field today. Weather's supposed to be beautiful. Nice fall day before you get to the frozen tundra. They welcome in New Orleans, who is 2-0, leading the NFC South. Kind of a similar situation to Washington, though, right? They won in week 1 against Tennessee, but it was only 16-15. And then you think, okay, now it's Carolina in week 2 on the road. They beat Carolina, but 20-17, only by 3. And you have Green Bay, who's actually playing a lot better. They smoked the Bears in week 1. I know Chicago's not supposed to be good this year, but they went into Chicago, went into Soldier Field against their rivals and beat the doors off them 38-20. And they did lose last week, but it was only a 1-point loss to the Atlanta Falcons, who, again, I think are a little bit better than people are expecting. They have a much better offense. Obviously, Bijan Robinson has been this dynamo, and he's been as advertised. But I don't think that you're going to see New Orleans do something against this Packers team. I think they're starting to figure it out. They've scored 38 points. They've scored 24 points, whereas you have New Orleans, who's only scored 36 points against Tennessee and against Carolina. You can say Tennessee, maybe they're supposed to be better too, but I'm just not that confident. The Packers are 2-0 ATS, whereas the Saints are 0-1-1 ATS despite their 2-0 record. So I think the Green Bay Packers win this one. It's a big game at 1 o'clock. It's at Lambeau Field. It's their home opener. I mean, the Green Bay Packers straight up on the money line for -118. That is at DraftKings. And your last bet of the day, you can call this one a homer pick too. I might regret this, but it's +106, so we only have to wager 1 unit. Give me the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line against the Tampa Bay Rays. Jays won the first game of this series 6-2. Jays were leading 6-5 going into the 9th inning last night. Jordan Romano blows the save. Jays lose the game. Absolutely had to win that one. I think they absolutely have to win this one. They've got a lucky, I don't want to call it necessarily lucky, but they've got a better pitching matchup today. You've got Yusei Kikuchi, who's pitched very, very well. He's only given up 1 earned run in 2 of his last 3 starts. He did have a brutal outing against Texas where he gave up 6, but he still went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits. And like I said, he pitched against the Yankees, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts his last time out. He went against the Royals, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. You've got Taj Bradley going for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's 5-7 this year in 20 starts with an ERA of 5.36. He has not been great. He has, where is he at home? He's 3-3 with an ERA of 5.4 at home. His whip 1.4. He gives up a lot of walks. He gives up a lot of hits. He's been okay lately. He's 4-1, but it's just because the Rays are scoring runs and they're winning, because he went 4 2/3 against Minnesota, gave up 4, went 6 innings against Seattle, but he gave up 4, went 3 1/3 against Houston, gave up 5 in a game that Tampa lost 17-4. And overall, Toronto has been playing better baseball. They're 6-4 over the last 10. So are the Rays, but they're getting to the point where the Rays are going to start closing it out. Yes, they have something to play for in the AL East, but Toronto is absolutely desperate. And I keep saying, if they don't win today, like, what is going on? And we keep saying that, we keep seeing it, but you're starting to see a little bit of life. I know they've lost 2 of their last 3, but they swept Boston. They took 2 of 3 to the Yankees, and they won their first game against Tampa Bay. Their confidence is coming in. So I do like that. And against left-handed pitching, Tampa Bay's aren't great. An average of 260. On-base percentage of 330, which isn't too bad. But I think Kikuchi's got the stuff to get it done. I think the Jays have to score some runs today. The Toronto Blue Jays on the money line for +106. So that is your Sunday card. Just run it back. Give me the Buffalo Bills -5.5 or -110 at BetMGM. Give me the Green Bay Packers on the money line -118 at DraftKings. And give me the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line +106 at FanDuel. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me across all my social channels, linked in the description. Likely we'll have some more picks in the NFL on the Discord later on today. Audio is on Apple and on Spotify. Have a great Sunday. Let's talk sports.